Right. Today, let us talk about the ER diagrams in a deep manner. Yesterday, we talked about ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. In that, we have seen different things. Right. Entity relationship. Again, entity, what do you mean by an entity? Entity is a real world object. Student, courses, family, employee, department, books are the example. What do you mean by relation? Student, family. What is the relation between a student and a family? Doctor, patient, student, courses, etc. So we have already seen ER diagram. This is rectangle represents the entity and the circles represents the ellipse represent the attributes. Attributes. Now the properties are called attributes. Properties are called attributes, and the rectangle is called entity. Properties of this particular entity is called attributes. See, village, house number, line number, street number, or the characteristic of this particular entity called as address. Now, components of ER diagram, ER model. So, entity, there could be a weak entity or normal entity. Attribute, there could be key attribute, composite attribute, multi-valued attribute, derived attribute. See, what is called key attribute? Key attribute is the one which can identify every record in the table uniquely is called key attribute. See, attributes means number of attributes. See, attribute, one of the attribute is called key attribute. One of the attribute is called key attribute, where which identifies each and every row uniquely. That is called key attribute. What do you mean by composite attribute? Composite attribute means an attribute which can further be divided into composed, further be divided into subparts. Such attribute is called composite attribute. Example is date. Date is can be divided into DD, MM, Y. So that is called composite attribute. What do you mean by multi-valued attribute? Multi-valued attribute. See, you have already seen in C language the array. Array is called multi-value. It stores not only one value but many values. For example, here in a classroom, suppose you want to store the number of absentee, all absentee roll numbers. You want to have a field, an attribute called as absentee roll numbers. See, absentee roll numbers means today 4 members might be absent, tomorrow 5 members might be absent, maybe 20 members absent. So all these roll numbers have to be placed one by one. That is called multi-valued. It is called multi-value. It won't have only one value, rather it will have multi-values. Multi-values means that is called multi-value attribute. Derived attribute. Some attributes are called derived attributes. For example, you consider age. Age is one which changes by day, which changes day by day. If you keep age as one field, if you keep age as one field or one attribute, say, suppose for example, if in 2005 you have entered the age as 40, now it is 2021. So now it will age attribute will have 40 only even after 2050. So that is why derived attribute, such attributes should always be calculated. Today's date is there. If you save date of birth, my dear friends, if you save date of birth, then today's date is 2021. So you can easily calculate the age between date of birth and today's date, and you can display that age. That age is called derived attribute. Now let us talk about what do you mean by relation between entities. Relation between entities. There are 4 relations, my dear friends. 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to many to 1, and many to many. Let us see these relations today. right? Relationship. One to one. A relationship is used to describe the relation between entities. Between entities, diamond or rhombus is used to represent the relationship. Diamond shape or rhombus shape is used to represent the relationship. Teacher teaches student. See, teacher is an entity, student is an entity, teachers is the relationship. So we can have teacher may have any number of attributes, my dear students. Teacher may have many attributes like a teacher name, teacher may have any number of attributes. Teacher name, teacher uh, address, phone number, likewise any number. What he teaches, courses, courses or subjects. Similarly, student might have many attributes, many attributes. Student may have many attributes. This is called teacher is an entity. Intern may have many attributes. Student is another entity. Intern may have many attributes. And this is the relationship. What is the relationship between these two? Teachers. Teacher teaches student. So this is called one to right. Elsewhere. Right. Now, types of relations are as follows. One-to-one relationship. When only one instance of entity is associated with the relationship, then it is known as one-to-one relationship. That is, see, female, one instance means one female married to one male. My dear friends, see, one instance of female, one is married to one another instance of male. Instance means female, entity means a set of all female, all female. Padma, Jyoti, all female come under female. Male, Kiran, Kumar, see, Narendra, Vasu, all come under male. Female, Padma married to Narendra. Something like this. So one female married to one male only. Such relationship is called one-to-one relationship. One-to-one relationship. See, in our college, there is a relationship. What is teacher? A teacher teaches, a teacher, so teacher, this is teacher, teacher. This is subject. So what is the relation between teacher and subject? What is the relation between teacher and subject? Teacher teaches, teaches the subject. Teacher teaches the subject. When do we say it is one-to-one? When do we say it is one-to-one? This is important. When do we say it is one-to-one? అంటే అర్థం ఏంటంటే ఏ టీచర్ teaches only one subject, my dear friends. Only one subject. Normally, a teacher teaches more than one subject. But here, for just example sake, I'm telling you, teacher teaches. For example sake, I'm telling you this. See, this is how we teacher. teaches subject. Teacher teaches subject. Normally, but this is this is one, not one to one normally, but for a specific, suppose for if you take uh, UKG or LKG, UKG or LKG, suppose UKG class, then only one teacher from morning to evening teaches UKG students. Only one teacher. See, these students, these students will have only this teacher, and teacher teaches these students. Only teacher, one teacher teaches UKG students from morning to evening. Whereas, no, this is not good at higher education level, higher level. This is only possible in for UKG students. This is called one-to-one relationship. One-to-one relationship. Now, coming to the second one, one-to-many. One-to-many relationship. When only one instance of the entity on the left, and more than one instance of an entity on the right association with the relation, then this is known as one-to-many relationship. So when only one instance of the entity on the left hand side, only one instance, my dear friends, and more than one instance of entity on the right, on the right association, then such relationship is known as one-to-many relationship. See, only one instance from the left hand side and more than one instance on the right hand side. Such relationship is called as one to many. For example, a scientist, you take a scientist. There is only one scientist who invents more inventions. More inventions. A scientist invents more inventions. Coming to your student, a student, a student. See, we can talk of a student, that is you, my dear friends. So a student, and then you take subjects. What is the relationship between these two? See, if you talk about relationship, so student learns, learns a learns subject. Student learns subjects. The subject are 10 subjects are, he learns many subjects. So not only one subject, but many subjects. Learns many subjects. So this is shown as one to many, one to many. This is one and this is many. This is one. This is one. This is that means a student learns more than one subject every semester. A student learns more than one subject every semester. Student means one student from the student community. One student, one student learns సబ్జెక్ట్స్ చాలా సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ లో ఒక సెమిస్టర్ లో మోర్ దాన్ వన్ సబ్జెక్ట్ చదువుతాడు. దట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ వన్ టు మెనీ. వన్ స్టూడెంట్ లర్న్స్ మోర్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఇన్ వన్ సెమిస్టర్. దిస్ ఈస్ రిప్రజెంటెడ్ యాజ్ one to many. One to many. See, we have learned now one to one, one to one. One to one means one female, one instance of female marries to one instance of male. Similarly, a teacher, one teacher teaches all UKG students. See, teaches UKG class. UKG class. From morning to evening, one teacher teach UKG one class. This is called, see, UKG class is one and teacher is one. See, this is how we can use one-to-one relationship, and one-to-many relationship is one-to-many relationship. One instance of one, take one scientist. Take one scientist from the scientist domain. Take one scientist. He invents M inventions. Similarly, one student. Take student. One student. One student learns more subjects in one semester. This is shown as one to many relationship. One to many relationship. Next one is many to one relationship, my dear friends. Many to one. When more than one instance of the entity on the left side, when more than one instance of the entity on the left side and only one instance of an entity on the right hand side, then such is called as many to one relationship. Many to one relationship. See, one instance on the left hand side and right hand side, many. One, only one. See, that is, you take, if you take one student or one student, you take one student, enrolls for a course. Take a course called as BTech CSE. Many students, many students from this student entity can enroll to a course. Can enroll to a course, BTech CSE. So consisting of 60 students or 120 students. See, this is shown as, see, a student, one student enrolls for one course, another student also enrolls for the same course. See this, student, one student, or we can say all students of CSE, all students of CSE enrolls for BTech CSE course, something like this we can write. Students of second CSE, students of second CSE, students of second CSE, right? Right. What is the now we take second CSE 2021, or we can say 19 batch, 19B. What is the relation between these two entities? What is the relation between these two entities? The relation is belongs to, belongs to. There is only one class. Belongs to, see, student of all students of second CSE belongs to BTech second CSE 19B section, 19 batch section. That means it is M. See, we have M students here. Number of students, more number of students are there here, and here only one batch like that. So this is shown as many to one, many to one. This is many to one, many. This is here. This is This is called many to one. A student of second CSE belongs to BTech second CSE 19 batch. There is only one section called as BTech second CSE, and students of second CSE, there would be around 120 students. All these 120 students belongs to BTech second CSE. So this is called many to one relationship. This is called many to one relationship, right? We have seen, right? One to one to many, many to one. Now the last relationship is many to many. When more than one instance of the entity on the left side and more than one instance of entity on the right associates associates with the relationship, then it is known as many to many. See, one instance of the entity on the left side and one instance of the entity on the right side is having association with the more than, with the relationship is known as many to many. Employee can assign by many projects. A project can have many employees. See, something like this. Employee man is assigned many projects. Some from in the year 2020, he was assigned one. In the year 2021, he was assigned another project. In the year 2022, he will be assigned another project. Similarly, a project may be a project done by not a single employee but many employees. A project is done by many employees. Both sides. If you take one project, you can see any many employees done that project. If you take employee has done many projects. This type of relationship is called as many to many relationship. In our education system, so what we can do, education system, what is that? We can see exams, students write exams. So many exams and many students, something like this. So this might be an example of many to many. So students write exam papers or exams. writes exams. Students write exams. So this is one student will have many exams. Am I right? One student have writes many exams. One student write many exams. And in the same manner, one exam is written by many students. One exam, in both the cases, see, one student, you take students community, you take one student writes many exams. Similarly, you take one instance from exams. You take one instance from exams, my dear friends. See, one exam is written, it can be no attended by many number of students. One student writes many exams. One exam attended by many number of students. This is called as many to many or many to many in our examination system. This is called many to many, many to many. This is how this is called, these are all the relationship among the entities. Relationship among the entities. Let me say again. So one-to-one relationship, one to many, one to many to one, and many to many. There are four types of relationship, my dear friends. One to many to one, many to many. Some this is how a relationship is. Now you can see here the diagrams which shows the notation, how to draw a one-to-one relationship, a one-to-many relationship. You can clearly see the right. See, one-to-one is shown with a single line. One-to-many is shown with chorlo ila. One-to-many. This is called one-to-many, many. One inch, ఒకటి, one-to-many. Similarly, many-to, whatever it is, many-to-many or many-to-one, many. One more, one or more, one and only one. This is shown as one and only one. See, a company, for example, you can see here, this is 0 or 1. That is okay, right? If you see a company has employee. A company has employee. A company has an employee. Company has employee. Employees can have many projects. Similarly, projects may have many number of employees. This is shown as one to one. This is one to many, and this is many to many. This is called relationship among entities. Relationship among entities. One second. Right, my dear friends, this is called one-to-one relationship, one to many to one, and many to many relationship. You can also see, I'll also show you how to represent the ER diagram components with right some symbols like oval shape. Ovals shows different attributes. Oval shape shows different attributes. Rectangle shape shows different entity set. Entity diamond shape shows relationship among entity set. Then line shows the links between entity set to attributes, entity to set to relationship. So you can also see multi-valued attributes. Multi-valued attributes is shown with double oval shape, doubled oval shape. Multi-valued, which may have many values, not a single value. For example, you take roll number Roll number can consist of only one number, my dear friends. Only one. That is single. That is single. Multi-valued phone number. If you take mobile number means many mobile numbers. One student may have two or three. One parent may have two or three mobile numbers. That is called multi-valued attribute. Key attribute. The key attribute is shown with an underline. See, oval shape with an underline is shown as key attribute. Key attribute. Similarly, composite attribute is shown with a flow diagram. See, one composite attribute which can be further divided into two. So this is called date of birth. DD, MM, another one is YY. So such one is called composite attribute. Composite attribute. Now weak entity. Weak entity is shown with the double rectangle. Weak entity is shown with the double rectangle. Double rectangle. Weak entity relationship is shown with the double rhombus. Double rhombus. Now entity is shown with rectangle. Relationship is shown with diamond shape. Relation attribute is shown with oval shape. Multi-valued attribute is shown with doubled oval shape. Key attribute is shown with a oval shape with an underline. Oval shape with an underline. Oval shape with an underline. Composite attribute is shown with a flow, a tree-like. See, this composite attribute is written here, and the division, the slices are shown with like this. Weak entity, doubled rectangle is called weak entity. Doubled rectangle is called weak entity. Doubled rectangle is called weak entity. Similarly, weak relationship, doubled rhombus is called weak entity. Weak entity. Doubled rhombus is called weak entity. Next. So you can see as an example, this is an example. You can have a look at this. So this is a bank, one bank. See here, here employee, first employee is there, employee. Employee has many attributes, EMP ID, EMP address, EMP name, EMP experience. EMP experience is shown as derived attribute, my dear friends, derived attributes. This EMP address is composite attribute, composite attribute. EMP ID, underline ikkada miss ayin kanapattaledu, but this is underline, this is key attribute, key attribute. This is derived attribute, my dear friends, derived attribute. See, employee works for the bank, works for the bank. So this is employee entity. This is employee entity. This is employee entity. Right. Coming to customer entity. Customer entity. Customer. A customer may have customer ID, underline, address, customer name. And customer borrows loan. Loan. Loan number, amount. Loan branch. Loan payment. Deposit. A customer may be a depositor. So this is how ER diagram depicts a ER diagram, big ER diagram. ఒక ఏదైనా ఆర్గనైజేషన్ కి ER diagram ఈ విధంగా చూపిస్తారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.